What's good, YouTube? We're back with another Market Watch today, and the first card that I'm gonna shout out here is Mrs. Radiant, mainly because TCG Player is shouting it out, and it's on the front page of TCG Player. It was a low of $1.30 last night. It's sunk just a little bit to $1.09 here. And I just wanted to show off why it's on the front page of TCG Player. This is best-selling. It's the second best-selling card right now out of Code of the Duelist by volume. Not by net dollar amounts, but by volume. And the first is Heavy Storm Duster. So, seems like a lot of people are interested in picking up Heavy Storm Duster, perhaps in thinking of strategies instead of using the Twin Twister discard to still get two cards, then misses. And back to the front is near $2. Actually, last I had looked, it was $1.25, I think $1.50. It's getting on up there. It's market price at $1.81. So, interesting that Recall is up here too in fourth place. And something really cool that we saw from Regional's list this weekend, while we don't have Proxy Dragon, which is a very, very short amount of time, I think like a week left, Ib was used as a generic because all you need are two different types / attributes to bring her out, so she can be generically used with decks that mission mash archetypes. So it was pretty cool to see her, and she's up here in fifth. Those are the top 5 selling cards from Code of the Duelist. But let's get into some hype. A Pointer of the Red Lotus got super hyped as a tech card. It only has one printing out of SOVR. And the low here is 6. Yesterday, the low was already down to 4 on eBay, but it got bought back out to $6. One unlimited versions available here. And then you see near mint here at like about the same, 6-ish, a little over 6. So what happened with this? Simo put up a video explaining what a great tech card it is, why it's been introduced to the format, and its spike. Sometimes YouTube will have an effect. Obviously YouTube will have an effect sometimes on the market because so many people do listen, and people realize this is a tech card I would like to have available to me, and with only one printing, it did spike. Now, Simo was talking about how it's been seen in competitive play, and it kind of went less noticed, but it is still an interesting tech that does allow you to gander through your opponent's hand, but also lets them gander through yours. I'm not going to personally speak on what a good tech or not that good tech is. I would say the reason it went up is people wanted to have access to this card. Spiral Super Agent. We're going to go into the Megatins for the rest of this. And by into the Megatins, I mean what's not there. So the spoiler is legit. I have checked all my sources. Don't be sleeping on these cards. Spiral Super Agent, 1550 low. That's pretty crazy from his market price. I got myself a playset at the $5 range again, thinking, well, I might want to play this in Circuit Break. It might not be at the 10 at the point that I was talking about it, and I was like, wow, we really haven't seen these anywhere. So I grabbed mine at the like 550 range, then it went up to 6 as people started to realize now that it's been confirmed not to be in there. It's huge. Spirals get support in Circuit Breaker that breaks spirals in. Their extra deck monster counts as a super agent and allows you to combo off really well with Quick Fix. Spiral Super Agent and your drone will guarantee you to let you summon your Spiral Super Agent, will turn into him, and that'll give you access to do wacky and crazy combos. We see over here, it's already down to 12. So eBay on like all these hype cards, there's huge drastic differences and not that big of differences on some of them. And let me make sure I've refreshed, because I think I actually left it to have to refresh for you guys. No, I refreshed Spiral Super Agent. Yeah, and I refreshed Dinglong too. Dinglong went to $12 today. It was actually less yesterday. It was like 11 something, and we see him at $10 here on eBay. Basically double what he was going for before all the hype started around him not being in there. You see the market price 7. It was at 5 on eBay though. So what's up with Dinglong? Well, in Japan, it's really good because of their ban list. And we have an upcoming ban list that we'll see here in 3 weeks. And it will either make or break the price of Dinglong and what he's going to do in our meta. It's unlikely they'll be able to preemptively hit him. They can't just straight up ban him. Putting him at 1 and putting Path at 1 is just fine for the deck because you tech the engine into dinosaurs. So you can play one of everything and it's still going to be fine. Preemptively hitting this deck, or engine, I should say, is unlikely for Dinglong but the Dinglong turbo deck itself would suffer from it. Consistency overall would suffer a little. But it's so unlikely they're going to just preemptively hit it, even with it taking first and second at Worlds. But they could. So, my suggestion is, you probably already wanted to have one when I was saying get one at 5. I would want to have access to 1 or 2 of these. I would trade for them, not buy them. Try to get a deal on them if you can. If you wait, they'll probably cool down a bit because they're not going to be played in our current meta. But again, a ban list should be mid-September if needed, if deemed by Konami. So they did release that in an official article. I would think this will spike heavily after that said ban list. But again, there's a lot of dependings. If this doesn't get hit hard, if the ban list is similar to hitting Zoo and Shrew Draco out of the ballpark. Wind Witch Ice Spell, she is getting up there. Let me make sure I refresh this page too. We see her here at $16. I did refresh the page. Yesterday she was like a low of 20 again. It's cooled down. Invocation slash Mechaba slash the whole hype around the Invoked. She is one of the best starters in that deck because you make a giant Crystal Wing. Now, with the Invoked, unfortunately, that leaves you to not fusing, but it's still an amazing card. Having that huge Crystal Wing on board, it's so good against almost any meta, yet she's just not in the 10s. So, I wanted to pull up all the Wind Witches here just to show you. Snowbell, not at all. Get yours now if you consider the engine. It might go up later. I doubt it. Don't invest in these, but have your personal copy. Glass Spell is at 324. It was at a low of 4. Go ahead, get your copies now. Again, there's only one here before it goes to 4, so I would still get your 2 copies now-ish. But if you're playing this deck, you waited a bit long, it's 45 for a playset. That's still not that much for an engine. The Artifact engine was way more expensive. So I could see this going up if it does dominate the meta come the ban list. And I don't think this will be getting hit on the ban list in any way, shape, or form. But hey, I'm not the writer of the ban list. And on eBay, this is the only card that I believe we see is just straight up higher. 1825. 1915, 1995. It's just straight up higher on eBay. It's the only one that seems to have cooled off on TCG Player right now. And this is why I say always check both. Here's a deal on TCG Player. The rest have been cheaper on eBay so far. Except for Misses, I think. Misses, I think, would be cheaper on TCG since it's cooled down to $1. But overall, be sure to check both your sources. It really does help out and save you some money. Coral Dragon, here's the perfect example. I didn't refresh this one, I think, on purpose. It's still $18 here. So it's $18 over here. What's that I say about checking both? 888.99. It never really got the buyout on eBay or the full sellout. It was already up to 8 before the announcement. It wasn't officially in the Megatins. Yes, this one is German, but you get into English real fast. My opinion on Coral Dragon is that the Synchro decks, yes, it could be abused one day in Link format, but right now it's just chilling, not doing much. It's gonna go back down. It'll chill out, despite not being in the Megatins, despite being a hard card to get, despite being really good in the Synchro decks, and people like to hold on to their Synchro decks, so everybody who really wants this card already had it, unless they quit, and then we're like, hey, I still want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I need my Coral Dragon. That's like the only people who don't have it, that want it. So I expect sales to be relatively low on Coral Dragon moving forward. But it's kind of cool that it's not in the Megatins, in my opinion, because the people who really wanted it, I would think already had it that were sticking with the game. Now, the last 2 cards here are kind of funny cards. I think the Luna Lights got hurt heavily by Link format / era, Link era. But look at this, it's a market price of $238. It's still down overall from its market price. It's a card that really hung in there at a higher price for a long time, and people would really want to get it. Maybe it's that Cap G hype, but it had really high sales, I was told, by core TCG, and it's over here $1.50 on eBay. I can't really see it doing too much, like, at all, but as a casual card, I would expect these over time to possibly go up if it doesn't see a reprint. And the second card is Meteor Black Comet Dragon. It used to be a much more expensive card, also for relatively no reason. It's at $360, $370 now. Over here it's at $375, $385. My thing with this card is that overall, this card is probably in the Joey pack coming up, the Duels pack. So I would actually, if you're speculating, if you're trying to think of cards of like, what's in the Megatins I should get that hasn't gone up yet, I would actually avoid this card because we have a Duels pack that's highly suspect to reprint this card. If it's not in that Duels pack, and that Duels pack comes out and hypes Red Eyes a little bit, this could get a huge spike. So that's everything that I have thought of that wasn't in the Megatins besides Grass. Grass, in my opinion, it all depends on the ban list, and I'm not going to speculate too hard on that one. But what did you guys think of today's Market Watch? What did you guys think of the Megatins and what's missing from them? It's a really small card pool, and I've been screaming that from the top of my lungs too, that that was going to stick. I thought it was going to be 18 or less. It stuck to 15, 15, and 15. 15 Secrets, 15 Ultras, 15 Supers. What do you guys think of that, and what do you think is going to happen with these cards? I'm almost thinking Premium Gold, but that's like half a year away. That's usually released in March, and last year they just reprinted another set, Premium Gold, but they were trying to hype the movie real hard. So I think we'll get Premium Gold back this year, and a lot of these will be candidates for it, as that's what really squashed a ton of reprints that weren't in last year's Megatins. Thanks for watching, guys.